Welcome everybody. So once you have your lines kind of figured out, I want to show you how to kind of transfer them onto the side and, make them even heights, okay? Now, like I said in the last video, I haven't cleaned this edge up yet. You want to have done that before you figure out your spacing and before you add your lines on. But for this video, I can still show you the concept. Now, for me personally, I'm going to be doing some stripes. Is my base pattern, and so I want to have some straight lines. It's kind of a similar thing still, even if you're doing fish scale, you can add on your fish scale, it still works. But for me, I want to add on those stripes, so I've already marked where I want them. Now I could just kind of eyeball it and kind of like push this in and make sure it's straight up and down, and kind of push this in and make a line. And I could, where anywhere that I missed, as long as I've got a couple little spots to look at it, I could finish it out like that. Now, I do have these little marks on here too, though. So if I only want my line to be, this long, and I want them all to be the same, then having a little mark on this popsicle stick might be a good idea. Now, if you do that, you're gonna do your line slightly differently, which might, help you out easier. So you would set your popsicle stick on the table, and then you're gonna put your popsicle stick up against your cup, and then you just draw your line and you stop at that spot, right? So then you rotate it, you line it up, and then you draw it and you stop at that spot, right? So you're just gonna draw it and stop it wherever you have marked on here. Now, depending on how you hold it, you can make it taller or shorter or wherever you wanna mark it, right? Now, if you choose to do that one, make sure that it's sitting flat on the table so this matches up evenly every single time. Like if I just hold it in my hand and try to eyeball it, that's gonna be kind of difficult for me to make sure that this bottom lip is in the same spot every single time. And I'm gonna be kind of like pushing down on this, and I could warp the shape of my top right here. But if I have it sitting flat on the table while I do that, and I'm, drawing my lines, I'm not gonna change the shape of the top, okay? So that's how you add in like the lines to figure out your spacing for your design. And the same thing works for, something like this. It's just the only difference is, you're gonna have a little gap right there, and you just have to be careful that you still follow along the popsicle stick as you're marking. All right, thanks everybody.